Making videos is fucking hard. Like, it's hard. It's a lot of work. It's very tedious. Like, and if you know me, like, you know I'm lazy. I'm a lazy person. Alright, let's not say that. Let's start there. I'm hardworking. But yes, let's not use the word lazy. I'm hardworking, but when it comes to routine, I suck. I suck at sticking to routines. That's why I gained like a lot of pounds. Because I haven't been back to the gym in like 6 months. It's probably been more, but I keep holding on to the 6-month mark because it makes me feel better about myself. It makes me feel better. Like, yeah, I haven't been back to the gym in like 6 months. It's been way longer than that. I have not consistently been back to the gym in over 6 months. That's what I'm sticking to. And this video thing is like, it's too much. It's too much work. I'm gonna do it though because I feel like it helps me to get more out of my shell and be more out there, because I'm usually a very reserved person. It doesn't seem like it, but I am. I do things to put myself out there more so that I get accustomed to that. But if it were up to me, I'd spend every single day in the house talking to no one, enjoying my life, and I'd be happy and content with that. But yeah, making videos is hard. It's like you don't know what to talk about, then you have to like set up, then you got people in the background who won't shut the hell up, and then you have freaking people cutting grass. It's September. Why do you still need to cut the grass? It's gonna be dead in like 2 weeks. Why every fucking weekend I have to wake up to people cutting grass? And even if I was a homeowner, which I really will be one day, but not for right now because it's way too much responsibility, I'd still have to hear people cutting their fucking grass every morning, because I'm sure my neighbors would want to cut their grass in September. And can we talk about the weather for a second? Let's talk about the weather. What the fuck? I feel like people don't think climate change is a real thing, but it is. And every season I can feel it changing. Every season, the winter gets closer, the summers get shorter, and I feel like nobody is noticing this. It's either the winter gets longer and the summer gets shorter, or the summer starts early and ends early, which is just the same thing I just said. Listen, I just woke up, so tongue-tied right now. But yes, and I hate the cold. I hate the cold. I know it's just gonna be fall, but I still hate the cold. I'm planning for winter. I have to plan for winter from fall because it really gets me down. Like, I'm one of those people whose moods and, for lack of a better word, energy gets crazy during the colder months. I turn into like a super hermit crab and all over the place. I feel all over the place during the winter, like changing in the fall into winter, I should say. I'm not ready. I've been mentally preparing for the winter when spring started. Because when spring started, I said, oh, I feel the change. I know it's coming. Then summer came. And then summer came, I was like, oh, yep, here comes fall. And now look at us. Look at where we are. Fall. Ugh, it's literally 2 weeks till fall, y'all. Yeah. And I'm a procrastinator. I'm a big procrastinator. I would say, oh yeah, I'm gonna do something, and then it never happens. Or somebody has to remind me for it to get done, because I will not do it on my own. This comes right back to the routine thing. I need to master getting a routine and sticking to a routine. And back to the weight thing, I've gained weight. Like, sis is hefty right now. I'm hefty. And I do not like it. And I know I can do something about it because I've lost weight before. Like, I want to say, who was it, last year or the two years ago? I lost a lot of weight and I loved it. But I just graduated and I had no job. So I had plenty of time because I had nothing else to do. Like, I decided, and because I have a parent where I can have that luxury to just take a break. And I took a break and I was like working out every 3 to 4 days I was working out. I meal prepped all my meals. I didn't buy any unhealthy things because with me, if it's not in my vision, I'm not going to eat it. But if it is there, I'm going to eat that shit and it's going to be gone. So I didn't buy any like junk food. I would only buy like vegetables. I'd eat like, if I had to eat bread, I would literally like count it. I had like an app and everything to count these calories and it worked and I lost weight and girl was looking fine as hell. Can keep you off of me. I mean, I still can't, but still can't. But I don't like the way I look. Like, people tell me you look fine. You're just thick. You're just like thick. But I don't feel that way. I feel jiggly. I feel like a jiggly puff, and I don't like it. So I'm gonna really do something about it. I've started to do nothing. Like, who are you kidding? Like, I've decided right now to do something about it. And I'm gonna just go back to not dieting, but changing my diets because I've been eating out a lot. Like, I don't know who I think I am. I must be freaking Bill Gates in this bitch spending all this money going out to eat. But I told myself that I'm going to enjoy my summer. I'm going to do whatever the hell I want, and I'm not going to worry about my weight. That was my first mistake because I gained 15 pounds over the summer, which is horrible. And now for the winter, I'm like, damn it, all these holidays are coming up. But I don't fucking like anybody. Most of my family is in Jamaica, so I should be safe about like those whole holiday cravings and eating crazy with family. So I should be able to stick to a meal prepping situation and cutting back on sugar. Like, that is my thing. Sugar and bread. Oh my God. I could eat bread forever and be okay. And sugar, I would literally, like, if I could, sit there like a crackhead with a spoon and eat the sugar. Like, I just love sugary stuff. But those are gonna be my goals. I have to do one or the other. I can't do both at the same time. So I'm gonna pick sugar because that's the number one thing for me. I'm gonna pick sugar and I'm going to try to mostly eat sugars that come from natural sources. Like fruits, because that worked for me. I do agave. I need to like sweeten something. Oh my God, but like cookies and cakes. See, I'm getting depressed thinking about it. I'm gonna stay away from those things. Starting today, I have to wean myself off of it though because sugar is so good. I have to wean myself off of it and then I get into a nice routine. But for right now, just cutting back on things because I know that worked for me before. The only reason it didn't work for me is because I started working and then I started eating out a lot. But when I was on that hiatus, I was looking bomb and I was feeling good too. So I have to really get back to doing that. What else did I want to talk about? So I thought this was gonna be like a hair channel, but even cheap hair is too much for me right now. That's not what my focus is. I'll still do hair stuff, like probably like natural hair stuff, because during the winter, I'm probably gonna definitely do braids a lot and crochet. and wigs. I love me some wigs. But yeah, it'll be a mixture of everything on here because I don't know what I want to do. And my brain is too scattered all over the place to decide on one thing. Like, I'll say I want to do this one day, and then I'll wake up and be like, oh, but this is cool too. I want to do this. And then this day I'll wake up and be like, oh, this is cool too. So my brain just keeps going. So I just talk about whatever I want. Oh, yes. Touching back on me getting out of my shell. People are dumb. They see like one thing online and they think like that's you. People can put whatever they want to on the internet and create a whole facade of what they want others to think about them. I just be posting shit online and people think that's me. And then they see me in real life and they're like, oh, you're not jumping off the wall 5,000 times a minute. No, stupid. They just post funny shit online. But I think that's with everybody. Everyone, I think I've seen something. I don't know if it was a quote or if it was a saying or whatever, where it came from, but it was definitely from the internet, of course. And they were saying people put their best things or like their best life highlights at the forefront of their page. So that being said, if majority of people put their best things or their best life achievements online, could you imagine the stuff that they're not putting on there? Like, that's the shit I want to see. Like, cause I'm nosy. That's what I want to see. I want to see the stuff that you don't put online. Like, what does that look like? Because from September 2017, somebody's gonna get real mad right now. From September 2017 to January 2019, there's a whole block missing. What happened? What happened in between there? I want to know because you didn't post pictures or you didn't put anything online. Which I don't blame you. People do what they want to do with their lives. But that's the interesting stuff I want to see. Because it's the same people like that say, oh, I hate when people are in my business, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, but you're putting your business out there, but then you don't want people in your business. But then you want praises and accolades socially, like hearts and comments, for things that everybody else is doing. Like, nothing we all do is special. We're all doing the same race. So you say that, but then you delete all pictures from then to then because you want people to perceive a certain image of you, which is not really the image of you because you're only putting the good things out there. My mind is spinning at this point. Spinning. So if you're gonna put yourself on the internet, put yourself on the internet. People not gonna like you. It's okay. Like, I think a lot of y'all parents weren't real with you growing up. And that is one thing I appreciate about my mother tremendously. Like, she was real with me about everything. Like, there was no question that I asked her and then I just got like because the birds and the bees, or because, magical creatures do this and that. She was just like, the tooth fairy is not real, sis. Do you want this $20 or like not? But in her Caribbean Jamaican accent way, she would say, like, a lot of y'all parents weren't honest with you. And I would say this about my mom to say, one of the best things of the many things she taught me was, like, I mean, at a young age, like, this had to be 12, 13. That's which is young to me. Not everybody's gonna, I don't know what had happened that day, but some people say I'm dramatic. I don't see it. But something probably happened and I probably went to her crying, because I go to her crying about everything. Like, any inconvenience, where's my mom? It's very unhealthy. But anyways, I went to her about something. I can't see. This is how stupid it probably was because I can't even remember it. But whatever I went to her about, she looked at me and she said, "Not everybody in the world is gonna like you, and that's okay." Like, just looked at me and said, "Not everybody in the world is gonna like you, and that's okay." No ifs, ands, or buts, and no, not everybody's gonna like you. It's okay. Meaning, and I took that as, in my perspective, like, it's okay that people don't like you. There's too many people in the world with different personalities, different traits, different things they value to all be consistently on the same page. I mean, I feel like that's a whole part of being human, that we all have different things that we bring to the human race to advance us, because we kind of all just made it this far by being that oblivious. I mean, we're the humans are kind of scaring me right now, but we all made it here somehow. And it wasn't by liking everything everybody did. So just don't put yourself out in the world in a way that is going to put you in a place of judgment and think that people are not going to judge you. You know, like, and if they do judge you and you don't agree with it, you literally never have to talk to that person, especially if you don't know them and they don't know you. Stop letting people who don't know you tell you about you. It's annoying because I hear people whine about it and whine to me all the time. "Oh, can you believe she said, and da. Do you know how many people talk about me? And then when other people tell me that people are talking about me, I'm like, oh, really? I'm so oblivious, it's not even funny. Like, people can be talking about me right in the vicinity, and because my level of I don't give a fuck what you think about me occurs, like, I'm usually in my own world. Like, I don't even realize it. And then I never like finding out about what other people have to think about me and judgment, because it's usually not the people who I want around me or care about me who think these things. It's usually people who see me once somewhere, probably walking with my head held high because I always walk like I have purpose. And people take it as I feel conceited or something, and it's like, no. My mother told me that too. When you're walking, your gait should have purpose. Like, walk with the purpose. Don't just be walking all frumpy and crazy. My mom's a psychopath, low-key. Like, low-key, she's crazy. But I love her though, because she was always real with me. But yes, getting back to my point, stop taking everything personal. I guess what I'm trying to sum up. Don't take everything so personal. People out here, they're miserable, they're mad, and they need to pick on somebody's insecurities, or pick on something that they are insecure about within themselves that they see that looks great on other people. So stop letting people, even people you know, oh Lord, let's touch on that. Toxic families. I feel like this has been a prevalent thing, and people tend to think that because things are trending, that they are something that people are trying to draw clout from, when we're just realizing patterns that need to change, and everybody collectively realizes it. But for some reason people think that it's a bandwagonist kind of thing. Oh my god, how do Americans say this? I think bandwagonist is the same. Yeah, they think it's a bandwagonist kind of thing, and it's not. It's like, we all realize that we have family members that will literally make us feel like shit, and we're expected to stick around them and stay around them and still love them because that's family. When I tell you, woo, probably make a lot of people mad. When I tell you that I don't give a fuck if you're my family, I will drop you like a fucking hot potato. I will drop you, you will roll, you will be hot, then you will cool down, then you will dry up and shrivel up in the corner before I fuck with you if you are any kind of toxic or negative energy around me. And when I say, let me just give y'all a little story about my family. Just a little story. Nothing that's going to call anybody out, but just a little story. So, growing up in my family, Caribbean, Jamaican mostly, a lot of the people in my family bleach their skin. Some still do. Some have realized that it's fucking stupid and they should stop doing it because they have beautiful black skin. But a lot of people in my family bleached. I used to have really bad acne. I still kind of do. And they would try to use that as a way for me to use bleaching products on my skin. And I've always been like, you're not gonna tell me what the fuck to do. I'm gonna do what I wanna do kind of person. Even at a young age. Not rudely, but if I didn't want to do it, it wasn't happening. So I didn't want to put that shit on my face. First of all, I seen how all of them looked after they were bleaching for a while, and it was scary as fuck to me. But like I said, I've always been a quiet, kind of reserved person, so I would never say these things out loud. But in my head, I'm like, you're frightening me, and you're like right in my face with that aggressive ass patois accent is creeping me out. And I never wanted to look like that. And I didn't know for a while about black, dark skin, light skin, all of this right skin, white skin, all crap that people spew. So for me, it was like, I just think y'all look ugly and I don't want to do it. But as I got older, like it literally took me until about, well, 18 is when I first had my first racial encounter. And I was like, oh, wow, wait, what is this? You don't like me, but it's not because of me, it's because of my skin color. But anyways, that's for another time. And then about 2021 is where I started to realize like, oh, there's this whole white people thing. Like white people feel superior for some reason and they think black people are less than. But I guess because my mom didn't raise me to feel like I was less than, it was just never in my field. It was never a thought process until I started getting older. But at that time, I was just like, no, I don't want to bleach my skin. First of all, I always loved my skin. And here I go being a hypocrite. It wasn't a trend for me. It wasn't a trend for me. It was just, I just thought I was popping. I mean, I always did. But I can't say that out loud because then people think I'm conceited. And one, it's just I feel comfortable in my skin. And I work damn hard to feel comfortable with my skin because, as I said, I had acne, horrible cystic acne. And it was just teenage years kind of made me feel even worse about it. Like before teenage years, oh, I was just out there living my life. I didn't have these big ass titties. I was just running up and down, being a kid, and then boom, titties came in, other things came in, and it was just like, oh, this is low-key depressing. Then you get over it and you become an adult and you can do what you want, kind of. And then you realize, oh, this is really what depression is. Okay, let me not laugh about that. But, and I'm not being insensitive because I know the internet is a sensitive place. Seasonal depression is real and a lot of us have it. So that is why I am at a place where I'm comfortable to make jokes about something that I go through. That's the whole skin bleaching thing. So I just saw it as I didn't want to bleach my skin because it looks weird. I don't care how much acne I had. At that time, I was like so hopeful like these drugstore acne products were gonna be it. They weren't. Like, they weren't. But I was still in that mindset that they were gonna work instead of going to a freaking dermatologist when I was on my mother's insurance and they could pay for all of this. And now look at me. No insurance. But that's just because I'm still looking for an insurance that has a lot of good coverage. Like I literally just got off my mom's insurance and now I'm forced to be a real adult. So, but I'm still shopping around insurances. Ew, this is what girl we were talking about insurance. I'm still shopping around insurances and seeing which one is gonna benefit me the most. And a lot of these insurance do not cover like therapists and stuff. Like you really have to search. And some of them that do, once you even get to finding somebody for therapy is crazy. Like they have appointments 3, 6 months out, and unless you go into a doctor's office saying I'm gonna like physically harm myself, which you gotta be careful with, because they might just put your ass on a 48. So the choice is yours. But unless you go into like a facility and say like I'm about to take my life, it's so hard to get in to see a therapist. And then it's so hard to see a therapist, but yet you may see one and then you don't fucking like the person. So now you have to look for another one. So it's just a lot that I have to catch up with, being a quote real adult now, unquote, which I still feel like a big ass kid. It's just like life is just like, hey, 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 this is all on you now. So much fun. Um, but yes, that is where I'm at with these insurance and the dermatologist. Okay, see, I'm going back. This is helping me. Going back to my thoughts. And I just didn't want to bleach my skin. And I keep bringing it back up because the way my family went about it was just like, in my head, in my face, can't hide. Like, I'm just like, why do you guys keep pushing? Like, stop asking me. Like, it came to a point, like, I mean, years they've been trying to get me to use this stuff. Years they've been trying to get me to use bleaching products. And I'm like, I said no. At what point did you think my mind was gonna change? Like, y'all my family. Y'all know me longer than I've known myself. At what point did you think I was just gonna say, oh, okay, you know what, let's give it a try? The answer is still no. I don't want to put that bleaching stuff on my face. And the crazy part is, even with more of the social awareness of the whole background of where the skin bleaching comes from, and they know this. My family is full of smart people. Don't get it twisted. They know this information, and they still somehow feel the need to bleach their skin. Not all of them now. Like I said, some of them realize it's fucking stupid and they look scary because I've talked to them, and some of them, a good portion, are still in this mindset. Not all of them are smart, but the ones in the mindset to know better don't do better, and they're just showing the ones in our family who don't have the mindset of if you know better, do better, that it's okay, because somehow socially you will be in a better position if your skin is lighter. And I'm not saying that trends haven't shown that, but at what point do you step out and be the person that says, okay, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do skin bleaching. I'm going to embrace my own color, and I'm going to make it within my own skin and feel comfortable that it's okay to be this color. I, they just perpetuate the stereotype and then get mad when it backfires on them, because then these are the same people that like to curse white people and don't like white people, and the shit I hear them say about like people of a lighter color, but yet you are striving so hard to be that lighter color is crazy. It's crazy to me. But toxic family, if you must cut them, that was my little blurb, and that's just one out of the many things that I can talk about them, but I'm gonna keep it PG for the internet until I feel like not. But toxic family, if you have to cut them off, snip snip, what are you waiting for? Stop letting people who know nothing about your life dictate your life, because they might have a different perspective and outlook on family. Like, I had to learn. That's something I had to learn because my mom's a freaking rock star. So she was different from other parents and other family members, and I see why she moved away. Like, I see why she distanced herself. Like, she's still a lot there for her family. Like, sometimes I have to be like, Mom, what are you doing? You're putting yourself on a deficit to help these people who would laugh at the fact if you ever fell off and this is your family. Like, stop it. But even then, she still doesn't listen to me. My mom was a Libra, y'all. You know these Libras, they just balance you. They be like, oh, I gotta do good, gotta do bad, I gotta do good again. So that's where she's at with that. But yes, cut them off. Don't let people like me. That's what I was getting to. I had a different outlook. I used to think like, well, why not just talk to, like, with certain things? Like, my friends' parents would be strict as fuck, harsh as hell. And my mom, she's kind of like, if you do good in school, you keep your grades up, and you do what I say in the house, then you're good to do whatever you want to do. So I did good in school. I did what I needed to do in the house, and I was just out here living my life. Almost got me caught up, but you live and you learn. And at that point, my mom still was there for me, even when I did dumb shit. So I guess other people's parents are not like that. They are more strict, or like, it's just do what I say, do what I say. I don't give a fuck what you do. You have to do that. You still have to do what I say. So I'd be like, why don't you just talk to your parents? And just like, I'm pretty sure that's how I sounded to them. Why don't you just talk to your parents and just like let them know how you feel? And then they're looking at me like, bitch, that's not how it works in my house. If my parents says to do something, I do it and I shut the fuck up and that's it. And I never understood, like, I'm like, nah, you just need to talk to them. But they were right. They knew their household. They knew how their parents worked and operated, and I knew shit about it. Because my mother was a completely different person. So when I say this example to say that it's the same thing with toxic family, stop letting the people who don't live in your shoes and in your life tell you that you have to hold on to them because they're family. Even though they've shown you that they're horrible people, they act horrible to you and do disgusting things to your face. And then what's even worse with a lot of them, they try to make it look good for the public as if this stuff doesn't go on behind the scenes. We're not doing that anymore. We're not doing that. What we're doing is realizing those patterns, giving chances. Once you're at your limit of giving them chances, then you distance yourself. You don't have to hate people either, but sometimes you just have to distance yourself from others so that you can process life differently. And sometimes their outlook might be bringing you down where you can't get further than the station or status that you're already at. And I don't want to, after this girl freaking distracts me from recording this, she didn't say that she's gonna call me back. Jesus Christ, now I can't remember where I was. Okay. Damn it, where was I? Toxic family. Yeah, so I was saying, don't let family members that you need to love from afar hold you back. Yes, that's what I was getting to, because a lot of the times most of the times it's ourselves holding us back. But when we have negative influences around us, bringing us down constantly, excuse me, and making us feel like we can't do anything because they think they can't do anything and they've conditioned their brain to think that, then then we start to take on that energy and those traits and that way of thinking, and we feel like it's never going to happen for us, whatever it may be. Like, for example, if you want to be the thing that's on my mind, because I am one, a nurse. If you have a family member that's, and this is not a diss, but if you have a family member, and we know these people and I respect these people because they're usually people who literally came to this country with nothing and made it, but like my grandma, and was like, all right, a dietitian in the kitchen. Now you're a dietitian in the kitchen, you're young, and well, even if you're old, you're doing your thing, you're like, all right, next step, I'm going to try to get my MA first. Then you get that, and then you're like working hard as hell for MA, and then you're like, all right, I really want to be a nurse. But then you have family members like, what do you need to be a nurse? Why do you need to be a nurse? You don't need to be a nurse. You can't even be a nurse. How are you going to do that? You have bills. You have responsibilities. I mean, you could go part-time, but then that's going to take too long. It's going to take forever. You can't do that. Oh, your mom needs you right now. She's sick. But so how are you going to manage, you know, taking care of your mom and taking care of school bills and going to work, huh? What if you had a kid? What if you get a kid? What are you gonna, like, that negative way of thinking? At first, you might just be like, all right, you're a fucking hater. But if this is a so quote unquote family member and you always constantly see this person because they live in your mama's house and you take care of your mama, whatever, and now you start to hear that constantly, oh, it's not going to work, you should just wait, you should just wait. You're going to start to think, well, it's not going to work, so let me just wait. Let me just not do, this right now. Let me just put it off a little bit, and then you're going to keep thinking that way until you look around, and it's going to be years later, and by the time you look around, it's years later, and that years later that you're looking at, you could have probably been back to school slowly but surely and been graduating at this time. I'm telling you, if you let these toxic people get into your head, they will get into your head and make you feel like you can't do shit because they can't do it. Or they think, or somebody conditioned them to think they can't do it. Stop it. Alright, so this has been a very ranty video. I'm only gonna cut out certain parts of it where I'm being silly. But for most of it, y'all, this is just me ranting. Oh my god, now my coffee's cold. Oh my god, y'all, that's all I want to say. The way, the building I live in, there's a house next door, and it's so fucking creepy because I can always see the people on whatever that is, like their patio or something. And that's another reason I don't record. The lighting is usually fucking great, but then I always feel like these people are staring in here because I like to open the windows all the way. It's creeping me out. I just might be paranoid, but then I can see them, and I'm like, if I can see you, you sure as hell can see me. Oh my god, it's good. It's okay-ish right now because the trees still have leaves to kind of block it out, but I can still see that bitch. And I even have my glasses on, I can see him. So they can see me. I know it. They definitely can. Oh, and it makes it worse in the wintertime. Because even in the wintertime, I like to not open my windows, but open the blinds all the way because the light gets in so beautifully. And it makes me feel better. But it creeps me out because then they really can see up in this bitch because all of the leaves are gone off the tree. And I'm looking at them, they looking at me. It's creepy. Now my coffee is cold. I was supposed to be drinking it this whole time. What do y'all like to drink in the morning? You like to drink coffee, or you like to drink tea, or hot water and lemon? Which is still like fucking tea. So, do you like coffee or do you like tea? I like both, depending on how I'm feeling. This morning I was feeling sleepy and tired, so I got coffee. I could have just made ginger tea because I have ginger. I usually like to make ginger and lime tea. Ginger and lemon's good, but I don't fucking have lemons. I usually have limes. And that's usually good too, with a little, just a little bit of either cayenne pepper or apple cider vinegar. See, I know how to really eat good. I really do, and I know how to make food taste good that can still be healthy for you. I just be playing because I'm lazy. All right, no negative connotations about yourself. I'm not lazy. I'm just hard to stick to a routine. It's hard for me to stick to one routine. I'm the kind of person, even for work, alright, I'm gonna end this soon, but even for work, I'm the one that gets up 5 minutes before they have to leave the house, get ready, rush, put on everything, and be on my way to work. And then pull up nobody fucking talk to me. Oh, I'm not a morning person at all either. I be pulling up to work with a mean face, and everybody knows. Every place I work, they all know the morning time, let her come in, let her, you know, situate herself, and don't fucking talk to her, because I'm not happy. I don't want to be up. Why am I up this early? Why am I up this early working for people who's still in bed? But that's neither here nor there. Neither here nor there. I'm just not a morning person, and I will never be. Some of us just aren't. You happy people in the morning, kudos to you. It's not me. I be trying to keep the meanness to myself, but then y'all just be bothering me. So that's not on me. That's on y'all. Leave it alone. Oh no, I'm gonna have to warm this coffee up. It is nasty when it's cold. Unless I had some ice cubes, even then it'd be gross. But okay, so that is the end of this video. Y'all can comment on everything with me. Let's start the conversation about toxic ass family, this crazy ass weather, seasonal depression, because your girl is struggling. And I have to go now because my best friend keeps calling me and won't let me go.